everybody, welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. I hope you're having a very, very blessed day. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. We're doing another quilt block video. So it's where I take a quilt block design and we make a layout and or aka base page out of it. At the end of the video, I'll show you how I have used this particular one to create a layout. I've actually done this one several times, but I did another one this morning before I started filming. So I will show that as an example because I don't want you to think that here we are just making these base pages and you can't use them. You absolutely can, 100%. And I hope that you will do it. I'm using 6x6 pads this go around because I've done this series before, and the link to that playlist is in the description. You can go back. There were 14 videos before I started this little set with the 6x6 pads. So definitely go have some fun, laugh with me, and be silly. Some of those, there are some funny moments in some of those videos for sure. So I hope you will join me for that if you're interested. And let's just get started. So this one is called, now I made myself Grandma's Flower Garden. Now I grew up knowing it as Grandma's Garden pattern. So basically we are going to take some hexagons. If you guys have noticed, I'm using simple shapes. That's what quilting is. It really is simple shapes. And I am creating basically a background. That's it. And you can use your scraps to do it, 6x6 pads, whatever we have. Definitely would not, I personally would not pull out a brand new sheet of paper, but you can if you want to. It's your page. You can also adapt this to whatever you want. You can adapt it to an 8.5 by 11. You could use it as a card front. Just make your punches or the sizes different. Now I do in the description give you what sizes I use to create exactly what I'm showing you and as my example, but you can adapt it to whatever works best for you. There's no wrong way. There is not. So just have fun with it. All right. So again, this is called Grandma's Garden and or Grandma's Flower Garden. I grew up calling Grandma's Garden, so it kind of confuses me. And all we are going to do, now I'm going to do it just off to the side, is create flowers with hexagons. I will tell you, this one, I love the way this looks when it's inked. 100% I love the way it looks when it's inked. I don't think I've ever created this on a scrapbook page without it being inked, if I'm being honest. Okay, so all we're gonna do, we take 6 hexagons. I used a 2-inch punch, my EK Success one. And I think I have this in my Amazon store. So I'll put that link if you, they come in all different sizes and you can buy them in all different spots, but that's where I got mine. And then you put a different pattern in the middle. That's all you do. And look, it's a flower. Okay, so what we want to do, or what I choose to do, is I simply start here and start creating that flower. Now I want this edge to come right up here, okay? And we're just going to create flowers and we're going to connect them. And like I said, be patient. I will show you how I used it in a layout, how it all comes together. And I usually will do this as a border when I make it with a 2-inch. But if you make this in a smaller scale and use like a 1-inch hexagon or a 1.5, you could do an entire page. And you could do it with 2-inch too. I just think it kind of gets lost in the translation. You know, you do all the work, so you definitely want people to be able to see it. But I think it makes a great, almost a happy horizontal half, right? Like Janet Madison tells us. So I just love her. Anybody else just love her. Now, mine is not going to be perfect just because I don't have it glued down and it shifts and all that stuff. But you'll get the idea here. Boy, we need a yellow. Okay. And you're just going to put them together. Now, usually when I do this, I kind of lay it out like this, and then I will pick one up, ink it, glue it down. Pick one up, ink it, glue it down. And I just go all the way around. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my bearings. I lost my mind. Yeah, I lost it a long time ago. I just pick it up and borrow it every once in a while. Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so now we've got 2 flowers, right? Now in a quilt, it would just continue and go on and on and on, and they connect them, basically. Okay, so we're obviously not making a quilt. We're just having some fun over here. So we're gonna do something a little bit different, right? Now, we're going to need to cut this so that, how should I put this? I like to cut it just to finish it off. Now, you don't have to. You do not have to, but you can, all right? And so then I would cut this one in half and put it here and here, and you'll see that in my design when I do it, okay? I also put one here because I like the way it looks. You do not have to if you do not want to. And it's all going to depend on how you start your flowers, on how yours end up going, okay? So here I would cut this in half and it would be like that again. So you would just continue to build. Let me show you. I usually just do a half of one, okay? This is my example. And you will see here's the center. It would continue to go and you would just enjoy creating on and on. And you can do it. I did one time. I did it with 1-inch ones, and I went and I did an L pattern, and then I had a grid of photos here. I tried to find that. For the life of me, I just ran out of time. I don't know which album I put it away in. So as you can see, we're just building flowers, and that is what a quilt is about, is building designs, okay? So that is my whole finished layout there. You could make this in the 1-inch also and put it on the face of a card. It would be really pretty. Or here's something I have done. I have made one of these and then I have backed it with just a piece of scrap paper, cut around it, and made the back piece of it a journal thing for an actual like traveler's journal or whatever. So you could basically create the flower, back it, and then put lines on the back so you could journal on it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so new thing I learned I wanted to share as well. Notice I have some flair on here. And let me tell you what I have learned from Miss Janet Fritz over at the Galaxy Girl on YouTube. I'll tag her in this and put her video where she talked about doing this. So she has figured out a way to flatten our flair, okay? So what you do is you take a piece of flair, any flair, and you put it in between your sandwich of your Sizzix plates, your Gemini plates, whatever you have. And now I did a plate and then a magnet shim because this would stick to the magnet, and then another plate. And when you do that, then you run it through your machine and it flattens it. It flattens it. Game changer. So I want to thank Janet Fritz for sharing that tip. I'll link the video where she talks about it because you guys, she is an amazing creator. Amazing creator. Again, if you decide to do this quilt block pattern and you decide to create with it, come over to Ginger's Corner, join me, have fun. We have some giveaways going on and we have some games. I hope you'll participate in that, as well as I love to see what you do. Share it, put it in the feed, tag me in it so I see it, because sometimes I miss posts. That page is really busy. And you'll be inspired and you're inspiring others. So I would love it if you guys came and shared with me what you're creating. Be blessed. So lucky that you're here. I adore you all. I'd be honored if you like this series. Give me a thumbs up. When you guys give a lot of thumbs up to a video, I know it's a series that you like, and I make sure that I readdress it and add to it. That's why we're here again. It helps me know what you guys like to see, and it helps the channel grow. So it makes our community grow, and you guys know I'm all into that. So go check out Janet Fritz. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. We'll do another quilt block. It's gonna be a hard one tomorrow. Okay, so bear with me, and I'll see you later. Bye.